It's a warm welcome back to Ozone Billiards in Kearney Mesa. This ongoing league match in the San Diego Metro League. It's week 2, O Billiard Cafe 1 versus College Billiard 4. And this set is between Jesse Sturm, who's subbing for the home team O Billiard 1, and Sean Johnson, who doesn't have a Fargo rating yet. It's currently 2-0 in this match. It's a 9-set match. All 9 sets will be played, but the first team who wins 5 sets will be the winner. Each set is a race to 3 racks. And Sean, having won the lag, he broke off in the first rack, but looks like he's broke dry and a chance has fallen to Jesse. Nice one ball. He needs to draw back a little. Oh. Well, I took that as a guaranteed pop. On these tables, the diamonds, you've got to be accurate. And if you do hit the point of the pocket, invariably it's not going to go in, especially if you're stunning it and playing it at pace. Slower roll shots, especially down the cushion, can strike some distance from the pocket and still fall in. So Sean's got the one down. He has a straight 2-ball, a bit close to the rail, but all he needs to do is trundle this in. And if he just follows forward a little, he should have the 3 in the side. He may even be able to collide with the 10. Oh. Wishful thinking. It was very straight. He just caught that angle that you missed the pot and catch the scratch. We've all done that. So it's a ball in hand to Jesse. He should be able to make this 2 pretty straightforwardly now, but it's a question of getting nice shape on the 3. He's happy to play just into the center zone of the table. He's got a little close to the 4, but it's still makeable. He's just got to stroke this in. That's a nice shot. And now has a great shape here on this 4. There is a gap through, I think, for the 5. But I think you've got to leave yourself a bit closer to the rail. Yeah, somewhere like where he is now. I think that would work. And if you were to have that angle on the 5, you may be able to flick the 7 out when potting it. Nice stroke, pocket speed. Yeah, if you flick the 7 with the cue ball here, you may be able to just leave that 6 a little bit more accessible. But fortunately, he's kind of out of shape now. Maybe a bank in the cross side. But the way he played that, he just kind of like lost the cue ball and put the 7 on the side rail. I should have played it softer. But hey ho, what a great bank. Fortunate not to disturb the game a little there when he was going through and found the gap between the 7 and the 8. Not easy. You're going to try and cut this in? Come twice across. Yeah, just a fraction too thin. And as mentioned, you've got to be accurate. Had he been a bit too thick, it may have dropped in because it can just fall in off the jaw if it's played at the right speed. So no shots. It's interesting. Overcutting is one of the ways that you're guaranteed to miss. If you undercut, there's a margin of error. So what's he got here? He should be able to just drop this in and come straight out, I think. Oh, he's run into the 8. Didn't want to do that. But to get past it and have it in the same pocket as the 7. But it is what it is. Got to try and roll this in the top left now, I think. Cue ball's already going. He's calling the top right, so he's doing for the cutback blind pocket. Cue ball will be running around 3 rails. Should have shape on the 9 if it drops. But tough pot this. Yeah, overcut that by quite a way. And I suppose this is a chance now. And you just got to do a nice stroke. You've got to be accurate. As I said, if you hit the long rail, maybe half a diamond from the pocket, it'll still go in if played at the right speed. And that's straight in. That dropped in nicely. And I think about the best way to approach this 10 ball. He's playing it with top and left. He's potted it nicely. How was his shape in this 10? He's gone a little further than he would have wanted. And he's got it too thick. Ah, dear. That was the problem with the way he played the 9. Yeah, it was tough. The way he came at it, he was always going to be crossing the pocket line. So there's a small margin of error. If you can find a path that enables the cue ball to roll along the pocket line as it approaches that ball, there's a much bigger margin of error. So that was one of his failings. There was the actual shot selection on the 9, not so much the execution on the 10. But Sean's overcut it. Where's the cue ball? Oh no, surely not. It stayed in the jaws. That's remarkable. I thought that was going to drop. But wow, there's obviously a little groove there where the cloth's slightly worn. Cue ball's nestled into that. I think you've got to try and roll this in. Yeah, you kind of play him pocket weight, stroke it in. Or I guess he tried to bank it up the table. I don't know if for an offensive or a defensive aimer. Didn't hear what he was nominating. But this, you would think, should be the game for Sean. It's a blind pocket, but it's literally 6 inches from it. Too thick. He put it into the short rail, and it didn't like it. Yeah. Jesse, reprieved. Gets to roll in the 10, take a 1-rack lead. Race to 3 racks, remember. And he's scratched off the break. That's one of my pet hates. I do it all the time myself when I try and break a 10 ball aggressively. Especially if I'm doing a downward strike and trying to bounce the cue ball. Yeah, I've been experimenting with methods to try and avoid that, but none particularly reliable as yet. So with ball in hand, Sean's got to think about getting the ideal shape on this 2, because I don't think the 3 goes in the bottom right. So you have to disturb it, really. I'm not even sure if it passes the 9 into the left centre. So I need to play this with a tracer right-hand side. Yeah, unfortunately, missed the 2, but no real damage done. In fact, he's gotten a result there, because that's tricky to play through that gap and hit the 2. And if you do, you can only hit the very thin edge of it. Nice kicking. Where's it going to finish up? And that's a lead. Okay, nothing easy for Sean. Follow forward and he's going to be hooked on the 3, so it looks like he's trying to draw back a little. There's the small window. Well, he found a way to have a shot at the 3, but unfortunately, some distance off with the 2. And I think this is very much cuttable. Question of how you approach the 3, whether you try and... I don't know why it got here. All the way off. People might say that's unlucky, but that pocket is always there. I don't regard that as bad luck. I regard it as a bad shot. I mean, you try to come round and there's a small window. You can play the shot different ways. If you're approaching a pocket on the tangent line, that's down to you, I'm afraid. So with ball in hand, he can hopefully do some damage here. I'd be thinking about the 3 in the left centre, as I can follow it in just top. You give yourself a slight angle, you could leave the 4 in the bottom right. Now, this is the sort of shot. Or you could play it just off straight and stun it a little to have the 4 in the same pocket, and that would give you the angle you need on the 5 to get down for the 5 anyway. Didn't they play with top though? Where's he going? Okay, he's happy to leave himself this 4 ball. And there's definitely a path to get on the 5. It's a little thin. So you've got to be using a few rails. It appears to be putting a bit of right-hand English on. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, he did it way too thick. But the way the balls are the line, could have done him a favour. It looks like there's a gap through to the edge of the 4, but I don't know if he's got the potting angle. Well, he certainly did have it. He hit it too thick. But at that pace, it's nice to get cover with the 9 ball. So both players having a bit of a roll at the moment. Show's going to try to come from behind and kick this into the right centre. Wasn't able to catch it full enough. But I don't think it has direct lines to a pocket. Maybe it squeezes in the top right. Hello. Not this time. Now the 4 we played with a little trace of right hand side, right hand English. Just pull the cue ball in that gap between the 8 and the 5. But he's rolled across and collided with the 5, so his option will be limited if it doesn't pass the 10 ball into the bottom left. Probably a hook. It's got the right angle. He could just follow up and nestle the cue ball behind the 10, but he's not hit that. It was a miscue, didn't get a rail, so it's ball in hand. And you just need a nice angle on the 6 here. You don't want to be straight on the 6. You don't want to be too thin on the 6. You want to have a nice angle to get out for the 7. And that looks like you can just roll it in pocket weight. Too thin. That's a shocker, really. Sorry. He had ball in hand prior to that. He should have got on that 6 in such a way as to make it straightforward. And so Sean gets his reprieve, coming to the table now. Got a clear sight of this. If he plays slightly cushioned first with a bit of left hand English, should be good. He's going to collide with something. That little flick on the 8's done him no harm at all. I think he can just draw straight back, maybe stunning off the rail. Looks fairly straight. We had a bit of an angle. He left himself further away than he needed to. He could have approached that 8 ball on the pocket line had he used a little bit of right-hand English on that 7 ball. Still makeable, but not as easy as it should have been. Has to avoid cannoning the 9 when cutting this in. Well, he has cannoned the 9, and unfortunately, not particularly favourable. He has a choice. He can play the bank in the left centre, or he can play, say, I don't see an offensive shot with the 9 anywhere else. It's done too far down table to play the bank in the bottom left corner. Yeah, so he's playing the left centre. But bear in mind, you want a shot at 10 that's favourable if you get this. That looks good. Oh, but where's the cue ball? Oh, disaster. Disaster. And so this surely is 2-0 for Jesse. And could have left himself a little easier than this. I think he's going to have to get the extension on his cue. Just bemoaning that fact. But still, straightforward 10 ball. Had it been ball in hand though on the 9, I would have wanted a straight 10. You want it as unmissable as possible. pressure always ramps up, and it's easier the better. But he made it, so it's 2-0. Jesse breaking off in our third rack now on the hill. This would give O Billiard a 3-set lead in this race to 5 sets, so we'll be looking good. Well, made a ball on the break. Has a shot on the 1. Thin cut to the left centre is definitely makeable. Where the cue ball ends up, I'm not sure. You could maybe try and draw it away from the 2, but he's playing with top. So resigned to colliding with the 2. Now you need a bit of luck. Does it squeeze past the 4 in the centre? If it does, he could just roll it in pocket weight, but it's risky. I think he looked, oh yeah, it passes the 9. He's playing it in the top left. And a bit thick. We're a bit thick. We've got the double kiss way down there in the jaws of that pocket, and has left a tough shot from where the cue ball is. Your hand's in the pocket, and you've just got to hit it pure and true and try and stay still, follow through the cue ball, try nothing flash, just roll it in. And he just caught one of the points, but the balls had rolled favourably and lined up nicely. In fact, had he dropped, he'd have been in bit of trouble. Yeah, no easy shot. So just a 1 rail kick, good hit. And shooting, rolling close to 10. Yeah. Sometimes you end up leaving a wired combo for the game. But not in this case. I think that's too far up that left-hand long rail to be makeable. You'd have to cut it so thin from where he is. The 2 to make the 10. Definitely went for it. Not a great deal of damage done. There's a chance of a combo, but it's not easy putting the 2 onto the 5, so I'd be playing safe here. But he attacked. Now the combo's a little easier. Dead weight, leave the 2 where the 5 is. And he didn't catch the 5 full. Potential cabin shots available. Don't really like this though, because he's sending the 2 away and the cue ball's only going to stay in the jaws of the pocket, so I don't see the value in playing that. I'd rather play safe. I mean, you may try and cut the 2 in this bottom right corner, not call the centre. Yeah, and there's left an easy starter now for Sean. 2 ball in the top left pocket, bit of draw, get past the 10, he'll have a shot on the 3. Slightly off angle. I still missed the 10 though. But he's put it to the right side of the pocket. Again, rolling fairly kindly. Only left Jesse a very finest edge of this 2. If it's actually hittable, it's tough. And we to catch it like that. You put a shit on the rail, maybe leave it 2-8 combo, but cue ball's going to be going way down table past the 7. I think he played 2 rails there. Well in hand. So I think you roll the 2 in the bottom pocket, and you avoid the 9 and get on the 3. Leave yourself a little angle and just follow forward. You should be okay. Don't hand straight on the 3. And you can get out for the 4, which is nearby, and the 5's over the pocket. So there's a great chance of this. Fortunately, he's ended up short side of the 3, lined himself up a bit straighter on the 2 than he needed to. He's got enough angle to just pop this in. Get the cue ball off the rail. Yeah, just put it on the long rail, I'm afraid, to the left of the pocket that time. What's he doing here? Oh, giddy go. What do you say? Never unlucky when you scratch. I mean, it's mighty, mighty fine. I think the only hope he had there was to play that with tons of bottom and left and try and make the long rail on the right and then all the way up to the short rail. And with the cue ball, that's like drawing it around the table. Unfortunately, it's so thin and just rocketed straight in the side pocket and left this ball in hand for Sean. Look, happy to leave himself distance. It's going to be harder now to get from 5 to 7. You want to be going rail first. A little bit of left-hand English, not too hard. That English will speed the cue ball up. He played it direct. But I think there's a shot here. Bit of a cutback into this top left pocket. Play with slightly below centre striking. The cue ball is going to stun across to the right hand long rail and come back to the left. Leave him a shot on the 8. You could try rolling it forward, but I do like the bottom striking here. Catches it quite a bit too thick. And he's leaving this for Jesse. Nice angle. Middle distance shot. I think he plays slightly above centre with the tracer right-hand English, half a tip. A little nudge on the 10. Doesn't do him no harm at all. Little stun shot. Well, he pumps it in. He's done all right, though. He's got a great angle here. And a bit closer to the rail. Would like, but easy 10 now for the match. And it's a 3-0 win to Jesse. That gives O Billiard 1 a 3-set lead. Tune into the channel for more from this match coming soon.